Hello, my name is Friendly Man, and if you watched my first video, you know all the basic moves. And if you haven't, it'll be right here on the side, right over here. So if you can get to watch that first, we'll be really appreciated. And in this video, I'll be showing you all these specialty moves, like castling. And see, I played chess because of my dad. When I was 6 years old, I couldn't sleep. Okay? And my dad and my brother, we opened up this checkers game, but there was these strange pieces inside. And I asked my dad, hey, where are these pieces? And my dad says, oh, this is chess, it's too complicated. I said, I haven't got time, we can learn some of this stuff. And he spent that night at 4 o'clock in the morning learning how to play chess. And since then, I love the game, and I want to pass it on to you guys, so I hope you enjoy it. Are worth. We count pieces by pawns. These two pieces are equal to each other because they're 1 point each. This is a knight. How many pawns does it take to equal a knight? Most chess players say 3 pawns. This is considered equal. How many pawns would it take to equal a bishop? Most chess players will also say 3 pawns. Now, there is a big debate going on. What's worth more, a knight versus a bishop? Now, what's worth more, the knight or the bishop? The knight can move to 8 squares. But the bishop can move to 13 squares. And they're both worth 3 pawns each. Some people like the bishop. Personally myself, I'm a knight fan myself. One rook is worth 5 pawns. So these are equal. If you can trade one of these for 5 of these, you will be equal still in the game. What do you think a queen is worth? Chess players say it's 9 pawns. But there's only 8 pawns in the game. If you take away 2, and put a knight in, this will equal a queen. When you're setting up the chessboard, you gotta look at certain things. First thing you have to look at is white to its right. See this white? That has to be right on your right. And second thing is queen on its own color. This color is white, this queen is white. Queen on its own color. Next, beside him is the king. Beside them are the 2 bishops. Beside them is the 2 knights. Besides them is the 2 rooks. Then the rest are just pawns. I want to show you checkmate with 2 rooks. You can see here these rooks are cutting into here. I'm going to use these poker chips to show you what they're attacking. Now this rook, he's in check. Now the king can go here. Now, here's where some students make a mistake. They like to go down right away, because that's what they were doing from the beginning. You actually have to go here. Now this forces the king to move one square back. And now you can go here. And this will become checkmate. A simple checkmate. I want to show you a thing called double check. This is what goes into the world of discoveries. You can see here the rook is lined up with the king. And if the bishop moves, it becomes check. But now it's check from here and check from here. There's two checks. They call it the worst check ever because sometimes it leads into checkmate. Here, I'll show you. You can see the rook is lined up with the king. If the bishop moves, this becomes double check. It's check from here and here. If he moves here, he moves into check, and he can't do that. If he moves here, he also moves into check from the rook, so he can't do that either. He can't block with the queen because the queen can't block at the same time. He has two special moves. If he gets to the other side, now he can promote to any piece he wants except for a king. Most people pick a queen. The white pawn has a secondary move. This one is called la passante. If the black piece moves 2 in its double jump, the white pawn is allowed to capture like you only went to one square. But you have to do it right away. You cannot wait for this move. I want to tell you a little bit about stalemate. If the black king can't move on his next move, this turns into a stalemate. So if the white rook does this, now you can see black has no legal moves for him to move. This is a stalemate. Now we'll get to castling. These pieces must be gone. And it must be the first move for your rook and your king. You must touch your king first and move it over too, and then push your rook right beside the king. Now if that sounds easy, there's a little trick to it. There's some more rules. Another rule is you can't castle out of check. You can see here he's in check. He can't castle to avoid the check. Now he can't castle when he gets into check. See, he puts himself into check. If he castles, you can't do that. And last is you can't castle through check. See, he has to pass the rook. See, he can't get past here because the rook is eyeing this square. So you can't castle here. But while there's no rook on this side, you can castle long. And you can put it right beside the king.